Bhakti movement in South India. So today mainly we are going to learn about Nayanars and Alvars. We will also learn about the Veerashaivism and Ramanuja and Shankara. So this is basically the NCERT chapter. This is the topic of the chapter Devotional Paths to the Divine. So Bhakti movement in South India. The 7th to 19th century saw the emergence of new religious movements led by the Nayanars, saints devoted to the Shiva, and Alvars, saints devoted to Vishnu, who came from all castes including those considered as untouchables like the Pulayars and Pannars. They were sharply critical of the Buddhists and the Jainas, preached ardent love of Shiva and Vishnu as the path to salvation. They drew upon the ideals of the heroism as found in the Sangam literature, the earliest example of the Tamil literature composed during the early centuries of the Common Era, and blended them with the values of Bhakti. The Nayanars, Alvars went from place to place composing exquisite poems in praise of their deities enshrined in the village they visited and set them to music. Between the 10th and the 12th century, the Cholas and the Pandya kings built elaborate temples around many of the shrines visited by the saints or the poets, strengthening the links between the Bhakti tradition and temple worship. This was also the time when their poems were compiled. Besides hagiographies, the religious biographies of the Alvars and the Nayanars were composed. Today, we use these texts as source for writing histories of the Bhakti tradition. So what are hagiographies? Hagiographies are the writings of saints' lives. This is a composition of Manikkavasagar. He was a Nayanar, and this is also in the NCERT book of grade 7 Our Pasts. The Devotee and the Lord. This is a composition of Manikkavasagar. Into my vile body of flesh, you came as though it were a temple of gold, and soothed me wholly and saved me. O Lord of grace, O gem most pure, sorrow and birth and death and illusion, you took from me and set me free. O bliss, O light, I have taken refuge in you, and never can I be parted from you. So this was one of the compositions of Manikkavasagar, and this is the bronze statue of Manikkavasagar. Just to remember, Manikkavasagar was a Nayanar. Let me just tell one thing. There were 63 Nayanars and 12 Alvars. Some of the Alvars were the Periyalvar and Andal, and Manikkavasagar was one of the Nayanars. Philosophy and Bhakti. Shankara, one of the most influential philosophers of India, was born in Kerala in the 18th century. He was an advocate of the Advaita, or the doctrine of oneness of individual soul and the supreme God, which is ultimate reality. He thought that the Brahman, the only ultimate reality, was formless and without any attributes. He considered the world to be an illusion, which was also known as Maya, and preached the renunciation of the world and adoption of the path of knowledge to understand the true nature of Brahman and attain salvation. Salvation was also known as moksha. Ramanuja. Shankara was born in Tamil Nadu in the 11th century and was deeply influenced by the Alvars. According to him, the best means of attaining salvation was the intense devotion to Vishnu. This is not Ramanuja, this is Shankara. Just cut this. This is Shankara. Vishnu in his grace helps the devotee to attain the bliss of union with him. He propounded the doctrine of the Vasishtadvaita, or the qualified oneness, in that the soul, even when united with the Supreme God, remained distinct. Ramanuja's doctrine greatly inspired the new strand of bhakti which developed in North India subsequently. This is an image of Shankara and this is an image of Ramanuja. Hope you liked this video and this video was helpful for you. To see more videos, please subscribe to our channel, like, comment, and don't forget to share this video.